Okay, so if you're a student getting ready to graduate soon, or maybe you're a parent with that knot of anxiety in your stomach, this one is for you. Today, we're really going to unpack what the class of 2026 is up against in the job market.
So let's just ask the big question right up front. Is this graduating class really facing the toughest job market we've seen in years? We're going to break down what the data is telling us, what it all means, and most importantly, how to actually turn these challenges into some real opportunities.
First up, we've got to get a clear-eyed look at the numbers, and fair warning, they paint a pretty challenging picture. This is our reality check.
Let's just start with this one key statistic from the National Association of Colleges and Employers. They're projecting just a 1.6% increase in hiring for new grads. Yeah, that's it, 1.6.
Now, you might be thinking, hey, 1.6% isn't terrible. At least it's an increase. But you have to look at the context here. When you compare it to previous years, well, it's nearly flat. We're talking about one of the smallest hiring bumps we've seen in a long time.
And it's not just the hiring data. It's the whole vibe in the industry. Get this, more than half of all employers surveyed are calling the current job market poor or fair. That's the most negative they've been since the absolute peak of the pandemic. That tells you a lot.
And of course, this feeling directly hits new graduates. Look at this. The unemployment rate for young grads is sitting at 5.8%, which is quite a bit higher than the national average. They are feeling the squeeze more than just about anyone else.
So what's really behind all this? Well, it's kind of like a perfect storm, right? You've got all this economic uncertainty that's making companies super cautious about hiring. And then on top of that, you've got this massive technological shift with AI and automation that's changing the entire game.
Okay, so I know that was the tough news, but it is not the whole story, not even close. In fact, this pressure cooker of a job market is actually creating some pretty unexpected silver linings.
And here's the really interesting part. A tough environment, it often forces people to innovate, to adapt, to get scrappy. And that is exactly what we're seeing from this generation of graduates.
This pressure is forging a totally new kind of graduate. They're more adaptable, they're building the skills employers actually want, like critical thinking and digital literacy. They're chasing down real-world experience through internships, and a whole bunch of them are even starting their own businesses. Heck, it's even forcing colleges to rethink how they prepare students for the real world. What we're seeing is a fundamental shift in what a career path even looks like. I mean, that old, predictable corporate ladder, it's kind of disappearing. And in its place, we're seeing this more dynamic mix of freelancing, entrepreneurship, and piecing together a career through the gig economy. It's a whole new world. So, knowing all this, the question becomes, how do you actually win in this new environment? Let's get into the final and honestly, the most important section, your playbook for success.
All right, so here it is, the expert's 5-step game plan. Number 1, build those skills early. 2, go out and get real-world experience. 3, stay flexible and open to totally new industries. 4, network, and then network some more. And 5, never stop learning. Use online courses, whatever it takes to stay competitive.
And that networking point is so critical, it is absolutely worth repeating. The source material puts it perfectly. Sometimes who you know can open doors that your degree alone cannot. That's a powerful reminder, right? Your connections are just as valuable as your diploma.
So what's the bottom line here? Look, yes, the job market for the class of 2026 is tough. There is absolutely no denying that. But, and this is a big but, it is not impossible. The key takeaway is this: in a competitive market, it's your preparation that creates the opportunity. The challenge is clear. The data is in. So the only question that really matters now is the one you have to answer for yourself. In the face of all this, what will be your opportunity?